Hi guys, it's Mark from Burton Bibles, back with a video review. Just trying out a different setup today. I've had a big move around in my office. Some of you may have noticed that from the last vlog video. Things were in different places and we had different backdrops and things. So I'm just experimenting with a few things, just trying to get the space to work for me. And I'm just trying this style, top-down approach for the video, a little bit closer in, which will hopefully help us to get a really good look at this Bible, which I am really keen to show you today. And to do it justice, this is one of the Bibles I was sent from Crossway. This is the Heirloom Thinline Bible in goatskin. Black colour. I'm really excited to get hold of this. The Thinline Bible is probably my favourite Bible from Crossway. And so I was keen to see what they would do with the Heirloom iteration of it. And here on the back of the packaging, it tells us a little bit about the Bible. It says that it's made from the finest materials, and I can certainly vouch for that, and we'll have a look at that when we open this box. It has a premium goatskin cover, high-quality European Bible paper, art gilding, 2 ribbon markers, and an extra smooth sewn binding. The ESV Heirloom Bible is a beautiful edition that will last a lifetime. Other features include it's an 8-point type in here. It has black letter text only, and it has double column paragraph format, which I certainly like the double column aspect of it. The paragraph format I'm not as big a fan of, but in the dual column format it's not as bad. And it has a concordance, full colour maps, and a lifetime guarantee. So here we have another publisher guaranteeing their product for life. Here are the ISBN numbers, etc., if you would like to pause the video at that point. So it comes in this really nice 2-part box, and it's really quite sturdy. 2-part boxes, I mean, it's a box at the end of the day, but certainly this is a very nice box indeed. Now, I have already taken this Bible out, but rest assured it does come in these sort of black paper sleeves, which seems to be a common thing with Bible publishers these days. And when we get the Bible out, we'll just put those to the side, you are met with this fantastic, beautiful, luxurious, as it said in the description. They weren't overstating it. This is a beautiful goatskin cover. The grain will be quite familiar. This does seem a familiar grain now. A number of publishers, I think, use this leather. And as we just offer it up to the light, you'll hopefully catch a real good look at this cover. This is fantastic. And hopefully my camera, my phone, is doing this justice, because as I handle this, it feels fantastic. Not only does it look fantastic, but it feels fantastic as well. This Bible is really nice and slim, and it feels really flexible in the hand, and this leather cover is fantastic. Really nice. And the thing I noticed as soon as I got this Bible out was the yap, which is this bit that sort of overhangs the page, the text block. And there is a reasonably generous yap here. It doesn't meet in the middle or anything like that. It's not as big as an R.L. Allen yap per se, but it certainly is quite generous, and that will offer the text block some protection and this beautiful art gilding some protection. It really is flawless, and as we just open the Bible, you'll see that salmon under gold. Really nice. Beautiful art gilding. There's nothing quite like art gilding to really, emphasize a top quality Bible. And on the spine, you get these really nice ribs. These aren't just aesthetic. There is material in there which will just give the spine some strength, and it does also sort of give your gilding on the spine a bit of protection as well, should it be face down. Just saves it from rubbing off. And the spine is really attractive. You've got Holy Bible, you've got the ESV sort of symbol there, English Standard Version, and the Crossway publisher logo there as well. And in terms of head and tail bands, you've got like a yellow and black, or it might actually be gold and black detailing on their head and tail bands there, and 2 fairly simple black ribbons. But this does look really phenomenal, and it certainly feels great as well. It's got a beautiful weight to it, and it's got some fantastic dimensions which really feel great when you're holding it in the hand. So this Bible certainly scores on the aesthetically pleasing front. The materials certainly do seem to be top-notch indeed. So it certainly has wow factor as you take it out of the box. Let's just check the dimensions. It is the same as a Thinline. So in terms of the pages, you're looking at about 8.5 inches by approximately 5.5 inches. And the depth on the Bible, as I've said already, does seem to be a very slim Bible. It's about an inch, but I would imagine the text block is even narrower than that. You're probably looking at, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch, say. So it's a nice and compact edition. And as we open the cover, you'll notice that the Bible is edge-lined, so that will give the binding extra strength as well. It has a very nice hinge on it, which just keeps the cover open, as you can see there. And it does have this gold gilding sort of line that they've lined the Bible with, and my wife wasn't too keen on that, but I actually quite like it. I like the cover having like a frame there. That's quite nice. And you'll also notice, if I hold the Bible up, that there is some perimeter stitching going on as well, because this cover is a synthetic liner, and it is stitched together at the edges there, so there is some nice subtle perimeter stitching there. And the same goes for the rear cover, and it says there, goat skin liner. So really nice. A vinyl, very sturdy vinyl liner, which just goes over the tab there. And there are a few pages, a couple of pages at least, of cardstock, which just gives a bit of protection to the book block. So as we get into this Heirloom Legacy, there is a fairly nice, classy-looking presentation page, should you wish to fill that in. And then we have our title page, which tells us a little bit about this particular edition, which if we flick to it, it will tell us that this is the ESV Text Edition 2016. I don't think I've seen this edition before, but I will certainly be getting familiar with it. Of course, the ESV is copyrighted from 2001 when it came out, and the Thinline was one of the very first Bibles that they brought out. And here it is in its most luxurious form, and we will see there that it is printed in the Netherlands by Jongbloed, so it is a top quality Bible. There is a contents page, and there's a little word about the ESV translation as well, as we will see there. A little preface, as it says. And then we're into the Bible. Let's get into this. The pages, by the way, the paper does feel fantastic. This does feel like top quality Bible paper. It is thin, yes, but it has fantastic qualities. Even though it is thin, it does seem to be nice and opaque, and it certainly holds this print very, very well. And here we have the classic Thinline layout, which is a dual column in paragraph style. So as we open to Genesis, you'll see that this has a very simple but classy, understated page. The two columns there, and the paragraphs. There are little sort of paragraph intros there, as you'll see as we flick through the pages. So sections are divided, which does help you to get around the Bible. There are no running headers across the page. There are some translation notes at the bottom. This doesn't seem to be a reference edition, so there are no references found throughout the text. But we do have some little translation notes and, suggestions for renderings and things like that, word meanings at the bottom of the page sections. And a word about the font. I do find this nice and readable. It does say 8-point, and I would say that is certainly true. One of my favourite Bibles, the Cameo, is an 8-point font, and that appears to be a bit bolder than this. But certainly this is nice and readable, and in the ample lighting that I'm in, I'm having no problems reading this particular edition. So I think the font is very similar, if not the same, as the font employed by Cambridge, the Lexicon #1 font, I believe it is, and it certainly suits this translation. It's now a very familiar font and very strongly associated with the ESV translation. And it offers really nice readability, a very non-cluttered text, no pronunciation marks in here. The ribbons are nice, and as we get into the poetic sections, you will see that the ESV employs this really nice sort of central alignment in their poetic sections. So throughout the book of Psalms and throughout the prophecies, you will see this very familiar layout for this Bible. It does appear as if books start on a new page, which is nice to see that. As we get into the New Testament, you'll see that it is not a red letter Bible. It is a black letter text, and you'll see that quotations from the Old Testament stand out in this sort of poetic central alignment, just to give it some a demarcation point within the text. And here we have another example here, so that's very nice. And again, you'll see evidences. So here we have Matthew 13, the parables of the kingdom, and you'll see that they are distinctly laid out so that you can quickly navigate through the text, which is, again, nice to see. So I find it a lovely Bible to read. I will say that this Bible doesn't appear to be line matched in places. I think it's line matched in part, but sometimes not. But I would say that does not affect the readability of the text. You might be able to see here that it's not quite line matched, but it's certainly extremely readable. I think line matching really only matters when it spoils the readability of the text. So as we get towards the back of the Bible, you'll see this concordance, which is the very familiar concordance that you get in the back of the ESV Bibles, and it's okay. I've never really found it to be fantastic, but it certainly will give you a few suggestions at verses should you be trying to locate a particular verse. And the maps are the distinctive Crossway maps, and I believe there is 8, or is it, let's just count them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it's the 8 maps that we have. They are on a more glossy cardstock paper, but they're very nice, and I particularly like this one of Jerusalem. It's got a nice pictorial feel to it, and there is a key with various places highlighted, which I find quite interesting to have a look at from time to time. So it is a beautiful, beautiful Bible, very slim, nice and lightweight. I would say this Bible would be perfect for somebody looking for an easier to read translation. I really like the ESV translation. It's right up there with the New King James translation for me, and I like it a lot. So this is fantastic production quality. This reminds me very much of a very high-end Cambridge. It's as good. It's certainly on a par with that. The cover and the materials used are fantastic. The print and the paper are just phenomenal. And this is a high-end Bible. This is perhaps unfamiliar territory for Crossway. They have done excellent Bibles, but never reaching the sort of prices demanded by an R.L. Allen Bible or a Cambridge high-end goatskin Bible. But this is phenomenal. This is just amazing. If I was looking for a non-King James Version premium Bible, then you could certainly do a lot worse than this. This is absolutely phenomenal. And I like this because it offers something a little bit different to the Cambridge range. The Cambridge have the ESV Pit Minion, the ESV wide margin, which is just an enlargement of that Pit Minion text block with wide margins. And they offer, of course, the very popular single column Clarion. And this offers something that little bit different, and I really like it. This feels like a larger Pit Minion in many ways. Obviously, the Pit Minion has the central references, but this feels, it's as thick as a Pit Minion, but it just feels more readable and nicer in the hand, if you ask me. So I can heartily recommend this. I've been using this in some daily readings this week just to, see what it was like to read from, and it is absolutely fantastic. And every time I picked it up, I thought, wow, that is a nice Bible. And at the end of the day, that will encourage us to read, and we'll enjoy reading the Word of God as we appreciate the tactile quality of this Bible. So, big thumbs up from me. This will be going on the website. I will put the link to the page on the website down in the comment section in the description for this video, and I'll be putting some nice pictures up on Instagram as well. So if you're looking for a nice premium ESV Bible, these are available from burtonbibles.com, and we'd love to see these sell really well. So thanks for your time. Hope you found that interesting, and we'll catch up on another video soon. God bless. Bye-bye.